Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous, with me, Bring It On. Let's see what's going on with Kater in his grave. Kater's gaze is clear and direct as he greets you. I'm listening. Someone help me find your grave. Why do you have a grave? Why do you visit that place? Kater chuckles bitterly. I see there's nothing that doesn't interest you, Knight Commander. That grave, the existence of the Temple Enclave, and the work that we were doing, had to remain a secret. And by secret, I mean secret. We couldn't even let our families know that we were safe. But I was sure my Emrys would try to find me. The two of us were newlyweds. We'd barely said our vows before the wound opened. There's a sad light in Kater's eyes, and his stern face softens. I knew we would be stuck here for a long time, maybe even for life. I wanted to fulfill my duty and protect the temple, but I also wanted my wife to survive. And to do that, she would have to move on. So, I built a fake grave for myself in the first place I knew she would look. I know that everything happened the way I planned. She found the grave and saw for herself that I had perished. She thought my comrades had buried me, and she mourned my death, but she found the strength to go to Mendev. I do not know what happened to her after that, but I hope she found happiness. It's been a lifetime since then. As for why I still go there, it's where Emrys and I got married. I've never felt more joy than I did on that day, in that place. But it is also the place where I felt the most misery, the place where I carved my name on a tombstone to say goodbye to the past. So I go there to remember. That is all.
I'm gone.
Terrio.
We do it my way. Follow if you dare.
Terrio nods at you as I look up from his parchments. Just a moment. One moment. I've discovered Kater's secret. He followed the rules just like everyone else, and severed all ties with his family. He did everything he could to make Emrys think he was dead. He even went so far as to dig his own grave by the stone tree. Terrio stares at you in stunned silence. Finally, he manages to speak. Oh Kater, always with such wild ideas. Even when he was young, he could never do anything by halves. Terrio sighs. I probably judge others by what is in my own heart. If I could just send a message to my family, if I could see them again, I wouldn't give a darn about the temple's rules. I begged Kater to let me go outside with him, so I could see my wife and children, at least secretly. I begged him. I was so angry. I reminded him that if I had introduced him to Emrys at the Midsummer Fest, he wouldn't even be married. I was selfish. The pain of thinking I would never see my family again nearly drove me out of my mind. And all the while, I was tormenting my best friend, trying to make him feel guilty for depriving me of happiness. When I found out he'd been going to the stone tree, I immediately imagined him going to see Emrys, the way I dreamed of seeing my own wife. I've hated him for 70 years. The whole time, I pretended he didn't exist. I lost my family, and then I lost my friend. I've doomed myself to bitter loneliness. Kater, I must go to him immediately, and ask for his forgiveness. Thank you, Commander. You've given my friend back to me. Auden is muttering quietly to himself. The tablecloth needs mending. Oh, it's you again. But we don't know if she tried to escape. I mean, all we found was a doll. So, it feels like the good option might be option 2. But I think option 1 might also drive him to further his commitment to what he's doing here in Pulura's temple. Because he'll want to get back at the demons. Where option 1 he'll be like, oh, they might still be out there. Especially since they're dwarves, they live longer than humans would, so she's probably still alive today. Or would be. And so he may want to leave the temple to try to find her. So he lose the motivation for what he's doing here. So it could be a double-edged sword. I'm going to be honest, because honesty is the best policy. Assuming this is what happened. We don't actually know, like I said. We just found a doll. But this one does not mention the doll. This one does. So I feel like this is the honest one, this one's not. So this is what actually happened. I found Randall's doll. Your family tried to make it to Pulura's temple, but... For a while, Auden is silent. He stares down at his hands. But why? His voice is dull and lifeless. Why did they come here? They were so close. We were hiding behind the walls the whole time, not even daring to breathe. We didn't help them. Auden looks up, his face deadly calm. Well, that settles it. If I had been where I was supposed to be, with my family, I'd be lying in a grave now. I should not be alive. No, Auden. You survived for a reason. You need to live. Your knowledge of the stars will help us close the wound. Your family will be avenged, and so will Sarkoris. But only if we stay alive. Only if we fight. Don't leave us, Auden. Keep on fighting. A sudden resolve fills Auden's eyes, and he squares his shoulders. You're right. If not us, then who? I say that all the time at work. Jokingly, but... who will show these monsters they can't get away with attacking our families? Our children. I'll do everything in my power as a Stargazer to help you. But first, I'll get the bottle of wine I've been hiding away for a special occasion. And call everyone together to mark a day of remembrance. We've gazed at the stars for so long, afraid to look back at those we've left behind. We have started to forget why we are fighting. I've made a decision. On the day of remembrance, we'll drink and reminisce about all we've been through. We'll cry and we'll laugh. Because after everything, we're still alive, right? Yes, we're alive and we will fight. Thank you, Commander. Make sure you don't forget the people you're fighting for. Thank you, Commander. Don't worry about me. This wound will heal. Someday. I told Regnard. Oh yeah, that's right. I missed a perception check back here, I think. I don't know if I have a way to boost it currently. Increasing your wisdom also increases your perception.
I'm off.
There it is. The dagger I was missing. Funerary Dagger of Ganla the Wild Boar. I'm the mighty chief Ganla the Wild Boar. The army was so vast, all the young grass in the steppe was trampled when they marched. That should be the last dagger. What's the perception check on that? 27. And that's not insignificant. Alright, so we need to talk to Regnard and the girl all the way in the back. Regnard was over here, I think, next to all the weapons. Regnard nods at you. Has your road of adventures brought you back to me? Here's a sword you asked me to bring you. Regnard doesn't even look at the sword. He stares off dully into the distance. It's just a thing. Another toy. These swords will never see battle. They're as useless as I am. You know what? I don't really care about the sword, or about the history of Sarkoris. It's gone. It was razed to the ground. The dead chieftains have risen up to fight against their own people. The Stargazers who once advised them are now holed up in caves like rats, afraid to set foot outside. I want to fight. No one's ever taught me, but I'm a Kelid. Every Kelid is a warrior. Guards refuse to let me outside. I hoped I could go out with you and fight the enemy. After watching you in battle, I realized I wouldn't stand a chance. I'm not a real warrior. Looks like I'll be slaving over constellation charts forever. The Stargazer gives a mirthless chuckle. Thank you for talking me out of fighting. The Walking Undead would tear me apart in no time. You could ask Kater to let you join the guard. You don't think I've asked? I'm under strict orders not to put myself in danger. Leandra says I'm one of the most gifted Stargazers, and my talent is needed here. And Kater. Ragnar snorts contemptuously. He always says I'm too young. Too young. And that's just it. The curse of this place. We don't get old. We don't get sick. And we don't change. It's always the same conversations and jokes. The same arguments. The same food. And the same schedule. Those who arrived here when they were old are still old. Those who came here when they were young are still young. A guard can't become a Stargazer, even if he studies hard and shows tremendous talent. Likewise, a Stargazer can't become a guard, no matter how much he wants to wield a weapon. Everything must remain as it was on the first day of our imprisonment. And that's the way things are. Everything is always the same. Ragnar shakes his head sadly. Our bodies are healthy, but our souls are dying. My soul is dying. Treading at night is the only thing that keeps me going. I've been trying to master the techniques used by the guards when they fight, but I'm not very good. Not that anything will come of it, of course. It's all useless. Nothing ever changes in this darn place. I'll speak with Kater. I don't think he'll be indifferent to your suffering. Ragnar shakes his head. There's no point. Kater is just like the rest of us. He doesn't change. They could train him on the side at least. It doesn't hurt to check. Kater's gaze is clear and direct as he greets you. I'm listening. I want to discuss Ragnar the Stargazer. Kater chuckles grimly. Whenever I hear the name Ragnar, I expect another tearful plea to let him enlist. Is that why you are here? Why don't you want to give him a chance? Because I was young once and lived on dreams. Kater chuckles grimly, but there's a wistful look in his eyes. And also because a talented Stargazer is more useful to us than a fighter. After all, we're here at Pulura's Fall to gain knowledge from the stars. That's the primary goal of our work. Ragnar is suffering. He has the soul of a warrior, and he will waste away if he cannot follow the path his heart desires. Kater hesitates, but he tries to remain stern, yet the feeling it's mostly for show. I agree, he says at last, to give the boy a chance. He may join as a new recruit, to begin his training. Leandra will probably not be happy that I've allowed one of her Stargazers to be distracted from stargazing, but she is too soft to object. It is settled then. I won't let Ragnar leave these walls until he proves himself ready. The call of one's heart is a serious matter, but such calls often fade after daily drills and a few painful blisters.
I'll take care of it.
Ragnar nods at you. Has your rite of adventures brought you back to me? I spoke with Kater. He's ready to take you on as a new recruit. Really? But how did you convince him? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Ragnar can barely contain his excitement. Alright, I have to focus. I can't let you and Kater down. I'll start training immediately. Thank you. You give me a second chance at life, and I'll never forget it.
My skills are absolute.
Nidalov gives you a quick nod of acknowledgement, but does not look up from her drawing. Head over the chieftain's daggers. The corrupted chieftains have found peace. Here are their daggers. The priestess accepts the ritual weapons with awe. Thank you. Now that their bodies have been spared from the curse of undeath, We pray for the well-being of their souls. I'll prepare a ceremony to honor our chieftains, after we fulfill the requests made by you and the hand of the inheritor, of course. For now, please accept this gift as a sign of my gratitude. Not good enough. Alright, so we'll deal with that in a moment. Let's go ahead and solve this puzzle.
I'm always ready.
There's something on this we needed. Again, I'm pretty sure it's a date. The rider comes last. Alright, so let's try this. So we have the follower, the pack, patriarch, daughter, rider.
We should move.
Follower, pack. Patriarch. The daughter has to come last, right? That's right, cholesterol. Right? I think that's the newlyweds. I think that's what we need first. We go this way. So newlyweds. So it usually goes in this order. Be the daughter. Rider, the patriarch. Pack. The follower? By Jove, we've got it.
Call me again if you need to.
A Wand of Heal is really good, and this is one of the masks we need for Nenio's quest. So the Summit Mask, a mysterious white mask with the inscription, I am the Summit. Normally you can't access that mask till Act 5. A ton of scrolls, and a tome of clear thought. +2. This heavy book, contains instruction on improving memory and logic, but entwined within the words is a powerful magical effect. If anyone reads this book, she permanently gains a +2 inherent bonus to intelligence score. Once a book is read, the magic disappears from the pages, and it becomes a normal book. So I'm going to give that to my main character regardless. I'd probably give it to Wolge if he was here. Intelligence doesn't really benefit my main character, but it's alright. More skill points won't hurt. Now some diamonds and stuff. Bunch of gold. Now we're going to try and put this in backwards.
I am never wrong.
So we start with... Let's get rid of that. Follower, the pack. Patriarch, rider, daughter, newlyweds. Or there's not a alternate. I thought we could do it backwards too. But maybe not. How can I help you, my radiant friend? I want to talk to you about the Stargazers, Vistari and Christri. Leandra looks up in sighs. Vistari and Christri, my dear rebels. You must think I am harsh for enforcing such strict rules here in the temple. But such measures are necessary when you live through decades of isolation in such a small community, shut off from the rest of the world. Love and all the jealousy, discord, quarrels, and breakups that go along with it could result in genuine disaster. Vistari and Christri are the living embodiment of such a disaster. I love them with all my heart, like they are my own children. However, before the temple was hidden 100 years ago, they could have 5 quarrels and 6 reconciliations, all between one moonrise and the next. And at other times, they would go a month. Where did I get smooth from? They'd go a month without talking to one another. That created quite a problem, since Stargazers are supposed to share their observations and research. This carried on for years, until, after a particularly public fracas, I decided to forbid all romantic relationships in the temple. It was an impulsive decision, I admit, but it was not made without reason. I was trying to maintain peace in our community, and I was also concerned for the feelings of others. Many of those you see here, Auden, Tariel, and even Kater himself, parted with their families for the sake of our mission. It is unfair for them to be the only ones so painfully deprived. So that is why love and relationships are now forbidden in the community. And as you can see, the rules are largely the result of Vistari and Christri's own actions. A little split on this. So it could be that if we let them go public again, they'll start bickering, going back and forth, and causing discord in the community. With option 2, they'll continue to sneak around and it'll be more controlled and contained. I also agree that just because some people have to suffer doesn't mean everybody should have to suffer. She may see it as fair, but that's not actually the case. Yeah, let's go with this. We'll also get experience for succeeding. Now, you lived here for many years. You become a family. Does a family reward love with punishment? Vistari and Christri have loved each other for a long time. It's not just a sudden whim. They deserve your acceptance. Leandra is silent for a long time. I'm afraid this decision will be the most difficult for Auden, Tariel, and the others who have lost their families. It may also cause chaos in the future, but perhaps you are right. We should not try to thwart the desires of the heart. I'll inform the community about the changes to the rules. I finished talking to the temple's inhabitants. We conduct the ritual now. Are you sure? After the ritual, you have to leave Pulura's Fall. Yes. I want to begin the search for Targona. I believe it is most important. Well then, let's go to the temple. May the power of Pulura help us find that which we have lost. Such a wonderful light. May it be a beacon to guide us. Oh, did I not talk to her about... Yeah, so I didn't get to talk to her about, looking into their souls. It didn't give me the option after I talked to... about the lovers, right? Oh, I save it. All the way back there. Alright, this is what we'll do. I'm gonna load back real quick, because I swear I didn't see the dialogue option. I was looking for grayed out text, but it only gave me the 2 dialogue. Thanks, but we'll just blitz through this real quick.
I'm gone.
I'm not trying not to, save scum, but in this case, I think it's important that we do.
It my way.
So, we just click through all the dialogue real quick. It won't take but maybe a minute or 2. Hopefully we don't fail any of the dialogue options that we succeeded the first time.
Follow
Oh, cool, we
if
had already
you
done
dare.
that. What about Ragnard?
It's time to act! I'm always ready.
Alright.
We should move.
That's why we have to do this too. So it was newlyweds, the daughter, rider, patriarch, pack, stranger. No, the follower. That's what happens. I'll quick save nearly as much as I should. You think after playing games like this so much. Also, I didn't read that last time, so you know I'm glad I reloaded.
I'm gone.
Oh, there's a bag of holding in there too. I didn't see that.
This was simple enough.
Alright, so we got that. We got the Ring of Guiding Star. This ring grants the wearer a +4 bonus to initiative rolls. Whenever the wearer lands a hit against an undamaged enemy, it grants all companions a +3 bonus on damage rolls for 1 round. That's pretty good. Be better than that.
Did the world just forget me?
Let's read this note real quick. Oh, by real quick, I mean, however long this takes. Stargazers Age Journal, Day 1. From this day forward, I, Berrig, will be keeping this journal to chronicle our holiest mission. It's for this mission that we left our people. We're so desperate for solace and protection in these times. I followed Eliandra, our mentor, into Pulura's temple. Here, cut off from the mortal world, we shall continue our service blessed by the Shimmering Maiden. Though the foul smoke of the demonic pit clouds the skies, Pulura reveals to us the stars that will guide our way. Day 24. We carry on our holy work that praises the illustrious Pulura. The enchantments that keep us safe are flawless. The demons outside the sanctum's walls don't even suspect its existence. I embolden my spirit by praying to Pulura for a swift deliverance from the vile hordes that swarmed our lands. We just need to gather our strength and wait for the brave warriors to throw the unholy beast back into the abyss. I have faith that such a day is nigh. Day 105. This is a momentous occasion. My brothers finished working on another map of the northern sky. At times, when I look into everyone's eyes, I see a worry of what is happening outside the temple walls. I feel doubt creeping into my heart as well. But in the next moment, I shame myself for being so weak of will. Today is a good day, and I will not allow it to be tarnished by dreary thoughts. Day 258. Sister Eliandra's prayers have been answered, as our abode is visited by a messenger of Pulura. Alas, the Celestial brought dire news. Our homeland has been overtaken by flames and demonic spawn. The cities are burning, and the people are fleeing for their lives. The tear in the material plane has not yet been mended. On the contrary, it's spewing out more abyssal legions by the hour. The Celestial left us, but not before he assured us that we are not forgotten, and our service has not been for naught. We must steel our hearts and continue searching among the stars. The quicker we can finish our work, the sooner will Socorros have hope for salvation. Day 457. We spent half a day looking for Brother Arid. Eliandra herself found him, behind the altar of Pulura. He was crying, sitting on the floor, hugging his knees close. I was afraid that she would scold him for his treacherous weakness of spirit and mind that could poison the others. But my fear was unfounded. Alejandra and Irid spent 2 hours in conversation that remained a mystery to all of us. Then our brother returned to work, still saddened, but he now held his head a little higher. I bowed before our leader's wisdom and fortitude, but I see in her eyes a shadow of that same despair that has long since found its way into our hearts. The day the messenger arrived. On the day we finished mapping out the Eastern Hemisphere, our solitude was broken. This time, by a messenger from Iomade. I cursed my own curiosity for encouraging me to join those who listen to her words. The battle still rages on around us, yet nobody fights for Sarkoris anymore. Warriors from some other lands are clashing with demons, treading on the ashes of our kin. Sarkoris is gone. They now call it the World Wound. Another day, just like many before it. I can no longer keep track of days. They all have merged into one endless strip of gray. Even Pulura starlight cannot drive away the darkness in my heart. Our service has been in vain. We have nothing to go back to. All I have left is to languish here, day in and day out, fulfilling my duty to my brothers and sisters. And thus, day in and day out, do I toil without a moment's rest. All in the name of our sacred land, and... our sacred... mission? The name of our sacred and... Pulura, forgive me. Pointless duty. Oh, okay. I had to finish the sentence. But at least I no longer have to keep up this miserable journal. Oh no, we did do that. Why did it say I failed a quest? I need to talk to them first, that's why. Christian and Vistari stand together, showing a united front. They're not holding hands, you feel the unbreakable bond between them. Aren't you afraid of being seen together? I thought if the truth came out, I'd die of terror. But for some reason, I feel braver than ever. Christian looks at him tenderly. We're meant for one another. Our destiny has been written in the stars, and they are never wrong. I told Alejandra about everything. She won't stand in your way. Alejandra agreed to change the rules. For us. That doesn't sound like her, but I guess we have all changed over the years. Thank you. We'll never forget the kindness you and the High Priestess have shown us. The defiance fades from Christy's eyes. I don't know how you convinced her. I think you've worked a miracle. I guess Alejandra really does care about us. I admit I was wrong. Thank you. I have to go. May Pulura keep you safe. I'm so glad that the stars have led you here. The stars help those who help themselves. I'd already steeled myself to face exile, but now, no one will have to leave. What a wonderful day. Alejandra, I should apologize to her for all my unkind thoughts. Sometimes you should just keep thoughts to yourself. Alright, let's get this done. I don't know why that's failing. Now to tell the guard what had transpired? Sorry, we're gonna load one more time. I forgot we had to tell the guard about the lovers. But this time we don't have to read everything. This is falling apart. Alright. Once more to the fray. Yeah, it shouldn't take a couple minutes. So I'll have to read everything this time that I missed the first time. We're back on track, I think.
We do it my way.
I expect to fail one of these diplomacy checks.
Follow if you dare.
Alright, so we'll do the lovers next, then we'll do the dagger lady.
I'm off.
There we go. Alright, there's been no betrayal. This is all just a misunderstanding. The guard looks relieved. There wasn't? Ooh, that's a load off my mind. Over the years, we've become a family here. If there truly was a traitor in the temple, well, it would change our lives forever. Thank you for the good news.
I'm gone.
Before we do that, let's go talk to the dagger lady, we'll solve the puzzle, and then we should be ready to continue with the ritual finally. Sorry, the Angel Mythic Path has some time travel powers, and that's how we're able to go back and correct our mistakes. No, that's actually the Aeon. Alright, so we've got the... Mark everyone over here.
It's time to
Billy
act.
Weds. The daughter, rider, patriarch, the pack, and the follower. Easy peasy. I'm a little afraid we might not get into the chest this time. It's only a 75% chance. I guess I could cast guidance as well.
We do it my way. Follow if you dare.
Call me again if you need to.
Will I ever see Sarkoris green again?
Alright, let's try this one more time. Double check. Let's just look at the quest log. Yeah. Alright. One more time. I come closer, Donald. Show us the angel sword. Such wonderful light. May be a beacon to guide us. Leandra massages her temples as she emerges from the trance. It worked. Everything was so strange. I saw a place and the road that leads to it. It's to the south of here, within the boundaries of the world wound. I didn't see Targona. Something separates us from her. She's not on a different plane, yet she's not fully on this plane either. However, there's one thing I can say with certainty. The creator of the sword is not dead. Her heart still beats. Praise heaven. Thank you, righteous Eliandra, and you, champion. Is it possible that I could be reunited with my dear sister and companion? This day is joyful indeed. I'm afraid this day is not as joyful as you may think, Angel. My scouts have just returned. There's an unknown detachment moving in this direction. They look like cultists. They're coming straight toward us. Like they know we're here. I'm not sure what's going on, but we have to stop them. Could someone have discovered the secret of Pulura's fall? My heart is filled with worry for the temple and its brave inhabitants. Champion, we must go and help Kater. Leandra grows pale. Yes, please go with him. You're the Knight Commander of the Crusade, and Kater is our faithful ranger and protector. Surely together, you can hold off the cultists. But the Herald of Iomedae the Lightbringer should remain here. We cannot risk him being seen outside the temple. I'll go gather the soldiers, and then follow the commander and Kater. Do you think this is related to our arrival? Could they have followed us here? I can't say for sure, but we should expect the worst. You may have been followed, That doesn't mean they've discovered our secret. And even if they have, we might be able to stop them before they can send back a report of our location. That's why we must take action, and quickly. Alright, let's hurry. Alright, we'll call it here. Next time we'll defend the temple with Kater. And defend its secret as best we can. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.